Hey everyone, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons. Today I'm going to be giving you a guided tour of the lead guitar possibilities over an E blues progression. So we're talking about an E dominant 7, an A7, and a B7. This is what people will call the open position blues, okay? That's because a lot of the licks that we're going to be playing are going to include open strings, something like half of those notes that I just played were all open strings. So what I'm going to do is guide you through some of the scales, and for each one of those positions I'm going to give you a lick to go along with it. Let's get started. Okay, so the first position that we're going to look at is your blues scale in the key of E with the open position. I'll demonstrate it one time. Alright, first let's take a look at the first octave. We're going to have open E, 3rd fret, open A, 1st fret, 2nd fret, open D, and 2nd fret. Alright, so that's... And within that little box, there's a ton of different possibilities. You'll see a lot of players like Stevie Ray Vaughan will roll down that scale using hammer-ons and pull-offs. So I'm going to give you one lick using that particular position. Here we go. Alright, let me do that real slow for you. Alright, the way I played that is I did a hammer-on onto the 2nd fret of the D string, that's my root here, E. And then I did it again. So that's my first little part of the phrase. Hammer, then that E note again, and then another hammer. Open up the D string, then I'm just going to kind of walk down that blues scale. I'm going to do another hammer onto the 1st fret, but then a quick pull off. 3rd fret E string with a little bend, and I'm back to the root on the 2nd fret of the D string. Let's try that real slow. One more time. And at full speed, I might want to play my E string first just to give it a little bit more depth. Alright, going through the scale one more time. And there we are. We're working with the second half of the blues scale. So we have all these notes here. I'm going to give you a nice little lick that you can use, and we're going to borrow actually another note from the major scale, right out of that E major chord. We're going to put that one in there too. I'm going to show you how it's done. So I'll demonstrate one time. Alright, one more time so you can memorize the way this lick sounds. Alright, so this is how it's done. We're doing a hammer on from the 2nd to the 3rd fret on the G string. So we have... And I'm going back to the 2nd fret there. So I have... Next, I hit the open G string, and back to the 2nd fret G. Open up the G string again. So far we have. Next, we're going to go to the 2nd fret of the D string. Open D. Then 2nd fret G string. Hammer onto the 1st fret, and 2nd fret D string. Alright, so now we're working with the very top of our blues pentatonic scale. So these notes right here on the B and high E strings. And I'll demonstrate the lick one time. Here we go. One more time, memorize the way it sounds. Alright, and real slow, this is how it's done. We have an open B string, 3rd fret, high E string open, 3rd fret, high E string. And remember, I'm doing these little tiny half-step bends, Then I'm back to the 3rd fret high E string, open again, B string, 3rd fret, and 3rd fret high E string, and finally open E string. So we have. Alright, let's put all 3 licks back to back. Here we go. And right there, that kind of sums up the possibilities for the open position blues scale. Moving on, we're going to venture out of that scale and go into what's called the pentatonic extension.